welcome. This is Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions, and today we're back with the incredible Prince. We are doing a song that they are naming Voodoo, but is actually an unreleased cover version of Villanova Junction. This was recorded at Sunset Sound around December 1985. I believe they're not sure if this was supposed to be part of the Flesh record. That was kind of this cool kind of jammy instrumental based record with, I believe, Miles Davis, stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure who's on this actual recording, but this is one of my favorite gems of a Jimi Hendrix song. And I actually have heard it over the years many times, but it wasn't until I heard Prince do it that I realized what a unique and cool piece of music it was, and how I don't ever think Jimmy realized it completely. Like, it seemed like it was an unfinished piece. Like, the parts were there, really unique and really cool, but it took Prince for me to kind of evaluate the song, I guess. So anyway, here we go.
Change again. F, D, back to A, D, stop.
So interesting. He's working, obviously, running the band through the changes, and then they start playing it, and then he does that open kind of octave thing that he's about to do right now again, and it's kind of the part that I recognize from the Hendrix song. So right here.
Turn the sax down a little bit. Give him a little more reverb on his sax too. Too much. Down the rim, break it back down. Go ahead, Eric.
Cool. Okay, I just realized that I'm not sure who's singing it, but they're doing the kind of the melody and the lyrics from "Is It a Crime" by Sade, and I see that in the title, but I didn't know what that meant. But now I do. That's cool. tone wise, it's really interesting because I think someone mentioned he's using Mesa Boogies around this time, which I knew he did quite often. But here you almost get like a kind of fizzy, almost like it's a direct sound, like meaning plugged straight into the board, combined with like a mic'd amp. I could be wrong, but usually when you get that, you get this kind of really interesting transients that makes it kind of clean, and then you get this weird kind of buzziness to it, like a fuzz, or it's more like distortion, but not necessarily distortion you want. So I think it's unique guitar tone, and obviously the rehearsing. So I mean, I'm not being critical. I'm just it's always cool. It's very rare you get to hear someone working a band through a piece of music that is, they're recording to later either refine or not do or whatever, but they're literally learning the song. So there's no criticism here at all. And this is very different than the versions I've heard of Villanova Junction that Prince has done, where it was like an after-hours show or whatever. So, but always fun to do these. It's almost like a Stanley Clarke approach to bass playing, where Stanley, that sounded like a pick. Stanley uses fingers, but he bends the shit out of the strings, man, and really bright sounding because he used ambelic basses with preamps, lots of EQ and stuff like that. But that really reminds me of that. So I have no idea if that is Levi Spencer playing bass or not. I'm not sure who's playing bass in this entire thing. So, and we know Sheila E is playing drums and all of that, but I think this is the fifth piece I've done from this kind of recording at Sunset Sound, right around that kind of December era. I believe it's all from there. Maybe it's a couple of different times, but anyway. Well, fades out right when there's another guitar solo. Interesting piece. All of these have been really, really fun to do and kind of informative. And a friend of the channel took one of them and pulled out some of the guitar, or kind of made it louder on, I believe it was the slow groove in G flat major, or was it G? I think it's G major actually. And there is some killer guitar work on here for sure. Is it? I believe he would be either playing the cloud guitar or the Mad Cat on this. It kind of makes me. The sound could be completely wrong, but it sounds like it might be the cloud guitar because it has that EMG kind of active pickup kind of sound, where the Mad Cat is a more organic sounding guitar. I mean, it's a traditional, it's just basically a Telecaster with kind of pickups that were designed in the 50s kind of thing. So, which I prefer in general, to be blunt. But Prince has used active pickups quite a few times, not only the cloud guitars, but the cymbal guitar and the Strats that I love, where he had the single coil at the neck and then the double coil at the bridge with the Floyd Rose. Again, I want to get one of those made for me, I think, at some point. Anyway, I am Brian. I love Prince to death. And what can I say? Uh, After 2+ years of doing this, every week something comes out. These came out. I mean, if you're a fan, you probably know about all of these and you probably have heard them if you care. Of course, like we've talked many times, I'm concentrating on the guitar stuff, but every week I can do a couple of these that I've never done before after hundreds of videos. So Prince keeps being my evergreen artist, so to speak, and in reality as well, as we know. Uh, I don't know if his popularity's increased since he's passed away or declined, but I personally, for myself, it's increased. And my respect and my admiration and just my awe of his work ethic and all of those things has gone, exponentially through the roof, I guess, to some degree. And I've enjoyed the Prince stuff probably the most out of anyone I do on the channel. Mostly because I was surprised by the variety, the emotional impact, the intensity, and just everything that he was. So I know we all miss him dearly, and it would be amazing if he was still here. So anyway, I am Brian. This is Guitar Solo Reactions. I'll see you soon.